Life-wide learning isn't a concept that really exists at Leeds. It's not a term that we use, life-wide learning. But having looked at the materials that have been produced and the information we've had this morning, I think there is a Leeds for life-wide learning. I think there is an angle in there, and I hope that what I'm going to show you now will show you how we've interpreted, how we can support that concept of life-wide learning. We are one of those small number of institutions who chose not to go down the route of establishing an award. We've reviewed that a couple of times, and we've held to our decision that we're not going to introduce an award. We are about an entitlement for all of our students. We were very keen to offer something that supported the personal and the academic and the skills development of all of our students. So we developed this phrase, this statement of what we're trying to do through Leeds for Life, an entitlement for all students which helps them to integrate their academic and their co-curricular university experience and prepare them for their future, whether that's further study, whether that's employment, wherever they go. We think Leeds for Life has a role to play. Part of the reason that I've been asked to speak is because of the kind of institution we are and the commitment that we've given to our students. So like other institutions here, we're big, we're complex, we're diverse, we have a lot of schools. We've got 32 schools, 9 faculties, 30,000 students. We've got committees, of course, hundreds of committees. We're a very complicated place. We have a very strong commitment to research, as you'd expect, through our membership of the Russell Group. And we have a very active and very engaged students' union. They are engaged in everything that we do. And in fact, part of our commitment to our student engagement strategy is that students are represented on all our committees. And that includes our most senior academic development committee and our appointment panels. So we're complicated, we're complex. And that might be a problem to try and meet this commitment to all of our students. But of course, that complexity, which might be a problem for us, is also the potential and the opportunity to meet that commitment. Because we are so big, so diverse, we can provide a lot of opportunities for our students. And that concept of offering something to all of our students comes from our university values: community, integrity, professionalism, academic excellence, and inclusiveness. That was the reason, that was one of the reasons, a big reason, why we went down the Leeds for Life route as being an offer to all of our students, rather than going down the route of an award. As was our partnership agreement. We developed our values, and then through discussion with our students, through discussions with staff, the Students' Union, we developed the concept of a partnership agreement, which we now call the partnership. This sets out the relationship, the responsibilities of staff, of students, of committees, of the organisation, of the Students' Union, to be responsible, accessible and respectful. We will all prepare for, engage with and contribute to learning at Leeds, and we will all help each other to reflect, develop and improve. This gives us a very useful, very practical reference point for the work that we do in all aspects of our work, but particularly with respect to Leeds for Life. And that, bringing together our values and the partnership that we've got, we developed the Leeds for Life personal tutoring model. So this embodies that concept of partnership. Again, in an organisation of our size, having a single personal tutoring model is quite a challenge. But we think we've done that. We've got a policy in place. All students now have a personal tutor, an academic member of staff. They meet with them on a one-to-one basis. Importantly, those meetings are scheduled and have a common agenda. 3 or 4 bullet points for each meeting, 3 at level 1, 2 at every level beyond that, including postgraduates. So there is an agreed university agenda for each of those meetings, which reflects the point in the academic year and the progression through the programme of study. And importantly, students have an opportunity to input to that agenda. So although the university defines some bullet points, the school will add to those to give context to personal tutoring in that particular school. The student has a means of inputting to that agenda. And that is done through the Leeds for Life website. These are the basic features of the Leeds for Life website. So we provide support for personal tutoring. Before each meeting, students complete a web form which has a selection of issues, of questions, of prompts, of information, which are targeted, again, at the particular point in the academic year or in the programme of study to help them to reflect on where they are, to help them identify issues and information that they need in their academic or in their personal development. And when they complete that form, they have the opportunity to ask questions of their tutor. So they can raise issues through that web form which they submit to their personal tutor. And obviously the fact that they can add to the agenda makes the experience of the personal tutorial much more relevant than it might otherwise have been if they'd turned up completely cold. The discussion, the level of engagement between the tutor and the tutee wouldn't be quite so good. So we provide support for personal tutorials. We have a database of opportunities to develop skills. And it's important, again, in terms of our language, we use co-curricular. We don't differentiate between co-curricular and extracurricular. By co-curricular, we mean all those opportunities outside the taught curriculum. So we have a database of opportunities for students to develop their skills, and importantly, within the website, there is the opportunity for students to record and reflect on those opportunities. What went well, what didn't go well, who did I meet I might want to remember for the future. And they also have the ability to add their own opportunities to the website. So those opportunities that are in the terms of life-wide learning truly extracurricular, that the university knows nothing about, they can add them in to their Leeds for Life record. They can reflect on them. They can see them alongside all their other opportunities. We have a database of our Leeds alumni career profiles. So very focused, obviously, on career planning. A student can look into that database and find a student who's like them, who studied what they're studying, or who is in industry that they want to go into, and they can look at that profile, and it relates directly, more directly than a generic collection of employer profiles might do. It's a real person from Leeds who's gone there, gone down that career path, and alumni also have the opportunity to say that they're willing for students to contact them. So again, helps with that lifelong and perhaps also that life-wide learning. We have foundation funding, so there is a Leeds for Life Foundation. Although our database has several hundred opportunities to develop skills, we recognise that students themselves have got ideas, have got projects, things they want to do that can develop their skills, and we can fund a small number of those, but each year we fund about 100, 150 projects where the emphasis is on skills development. The project can be very worthy, and we hope it will be, but our funding is there primarily for them to recognise the skills development that they gain through that opportunity. We have case studies of students and alumni and employers talking about skills development. And we bring all this together into something which we call the Leeds for Life Living CV timeline. This is a new development this year. So those of you who are familiar with Facebook and the concept of a timeline, that's basically how it works within Leeds for Life. So it begins when the student joins the university, and it progresses throughout their 3 or 5 year programme. Some items are added to that timeline by the system, their marks, their records of their personal tutorials. Some things are added by the students themselves, reflections on opportunities they've taken, links to websites that particularly interest them, notes of opportunities, people, places, things that they want to remember as part of their academic and personal development throughout their time at the university. That's what the website looks like now. Again, in terms of lifelong and life-wide learning, much of this functionality is available to students and their advisors, potential students, before they come to Leeds. And all of the functionality is available to our graduates when they leave, to allow them to reflect, to look back, to access information that they or their tutors have added to the system. And they can also update the system, which will help their personal tutors give references. 1 minute. Okay, I might just do it. Student logs in, that's what they see. There is the support for personal tutoring. Here is the living CV. I'll move quickly on. We can do more of this next time. More importantly, increasingly importantly, Leeds for Life looks like that, but it also looks like that. So this year, the system has been redeveloped to be available on mobile devices. So anywhere that the student is, they can add to this system. They can look at things that are already in there, they can reflect on them, they can add their notes, their opportunities. Very important that it's available on a mobile platform. Going forward, several initiatives within the university which contribute to that aim of helping our students broaden, look beyond their discipline. The Leeds curriculum, like many institutions, we're reviewing our curriculum. We've embedded common threads within our programmes, employability, global and cultural insight, and ethics and responsibility, woven into all our programmes to give students that little bit of a different perspective on their discipline. Research-based learning, as you'd expect, integral to our programmes, takes students from being taught by researchers through the development of skills to being able to undertake their own research. Leeds for Life here, of course, we've adopted the here in our own way. We've not taken it on board absolutely to the letter of the law, and Rob might berate us for that or might applaud us for that, I don't know. But we have a here. It is in Leeds for Life. It records some of the opportunities that students have taken as those validated significant achievements, includes university prizes. Last but certainly not least, and most recent, our Student Education Service. We have taken the decision to bring together all the support and the functions that support students in schools, in faculties, and in that dreaded the centre, which is where I am. We brought that all together into a single Student Education Service in 3 directorates, one of which is Student Opportunities, the directorate that I'm in, which has got careers, international sport, Leeds for Life, digital learning, learning and teaching enhancement, all brought together so that we can together plan, develop and implement opportunities to help our students with their personal, professional development, their lifelong and their life-wide learning.